It's the issue of discrimination that is happening at our voucher-funded private schools. Discrimination which, unfortunately, has given all participating private schools a bad rap. I wanted to start by just acknowledging that there are good people with very good intentions who may disagree with some of the proposals that we have brought forward to address this serious concern. I respect them in their beliefs, whether those beliefs are ideological or religious. It's also my intention to work through these issues in good faith to try to fix this. This amendment, I do believe, is a reasonable solution. So I want to walk through the components of the amendment with you. This amendment requires that voucher-funded private schools establish a written non-discrimination policy that would prohibit discrimination in student enrollment and admissions on the basis of sexual orientation, gender, race, religion, and hairstyles, and gender identity. The reason we've brought this information forward, I think, is obvious. It's because, thanks to in-depth investigations from the Orlando Sentinel, we have discovered that 83 voucher-funded schools are confirmed to have written policies that refuse to admit LGBTQ students or could expel them for their parents' sexual orientation or gender identity. Surely we know that there may be more, but as we know, private schools' student policies and admissions are not subject to public record. The existence of these policies has not been questioned or denied. But the reason this amendment is very narrowly written to address enrollment and student admissions is because that is really the focus of our efforts. It is to address written policies like these that exist, that say homosexual conduct defined as acts or identifying statements is incompatible with enrollment and is the basis for dismissal. Examples of self-identifying statements that will get students at least 83 private schools expelled are statements like, I am gay, or I am transgender. Many of these policies are still available on school websites today, and I encourage you to review them for yourself. The amendment also addresses the very important issue of discriminatory policies as it relates to hairstyles historically associated with race, such as braids, dreads, and natural hair texture, which has directly impacted Black and African American students. The amendment specifically states and reminds us that nothing in the amendment would limit the free exercise of religion guaranteed under the U.S. Constitution and the Florida Constitution, which is an important reminder to us all that freedom of religion and respect for LGBTQ students are not mutually exclusive concepts. Members, I know this issue has become controversial, but I'm confident that as a result of this public dialogue that we are having, conversations are happening, and I hope change is on the way, which is why I have decided to withdraw this amendment in good faith as we work together to address this issue to ensure that voucher-funded schools are open to all students, especially our most vulnerable. Thank you, members.
Without objection, show the amendment withdrawn. Read the next amendment.